Hi, it's Donna Carroll here. Now today the topic I wanted to discuss is feelings of isolation as you move into this expansion of consciousness or spiritual awakening. So again, what I have noticed, and actually I've experienced it myself, is as you begin to take in this new model, as you begin to upgrade into a new model of understanding, okay, you will begin to see the world in a very different way. You will begin to look at individuals in a different way. You will begin to experience a lot of negative emotion, as you're letting go of old parts of yourself. That is hard. It's a hard thing to do. But as we shed these old parts of ourselves, the negative emotions coming up to the surface, and we're trying to do everything we can to kind of like rush the process along. I felt this moment of, pure awakening and understanding, followed by weeks or months of fear or depression or anxiety or something going on. Why? Why are we on this roller coaster ride? So one of the things that people are doing, one of the things that I'm noticing is as individuals begin to kind of go through a few stages of this awakening process, they're becoming more aware of protecting their own energy. And a lot of people are really looking at their friends and their family members, and perhaps as negative individuals, people that, it's all drama. And every time you connect up with these people, you feel as though they're dragging you down and they don't understand you. You can't even speak to them about what's going on in your head because they probably think you were crazy. So in other words, they are still running the old programming, the old model, the old way of seeing themselves, the old way of seeing the world. Whereas you have begun to integrate new information, and that new information is breaking down the old within you so that the new can take root. So we are pushing people away. We're kind of isolating ourselves from individuals, isolating ourselves from people that we have loved our entire lives, perhaps family members, brothers, sisters, best friends, because we simply feel that we don't understand them anymore, and we certainly feel that they don't understand us. So I want to just address this today. First of all, I want to say, you don't need to abandon anyone, okay? It's not about abandoning people. It's not about just letting people go and never seeing them or speaking to them again. But it is okay to take some time out. That's always the case. It's always okay to take some time out. It's okay to say to your friends and family, I just, want some downtime at the moment. I need some time for myself. I'm busy. Whatever works for you. And just when you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, just step back. But know that you're stepping back to give your energy a chance to settle, and not because you're abandoning them or because they've done anything wrong. Just because these people that are in your life might not see the world in the way that you do, it doesn't make them bad. They're still evolving. We're just all evolving at our own rate. And it may well be that 2 years from now, they will be where you are, and you will be able to help support them because you have been there. But unfortunately, at the moment, you might be one of the first that you know of to be going through this integration process. So number one, you don't need to abandon anyone, but it's okay for you to take some time out. Number two, if you are around these people, family members, friends, and these people are triggering up negative responses in you or dragging you down, you have to begin to look at why this is. No one, and I mean no one, should have the power to be able to trigger reactions within you or drain your energy. If this is what is happening, this is nothing to do with them. This is something that you need to fix within yourself. You need to be asking yourself why you are reacting in the way that reacting. You need to be looking at ways in which you can manage your energy. So in other words, you can keep your energy up here, and when individuals of a lower frequency come into your space, you're raising them up to meet you up here. They're not dragging you down. So that's really, really important. So if you are at the phase where people are still dragging you down and you're still reacting, you're only a short way in to the integration process. You're only at the beginning stages of the awakening, because as this new information really begins to take root, and as you fully awaken and as you fully become conscious, other people won't have that kind of effect on you. So that's number 2. So if you're reacting, if you're being drained, you need to be working on that, working on what it is within you that's making you react this way. Number 3. So again, we need to know that we don't need to be abandoning anyone. Once you begin to fully integrate this information, and once you begin to feel more balanced and settled in yourself, you're going to realise that you can assist your friends and family. Now, it may well not be that you assist them in the sense of helping them spiritually awake or telling them that they are evolving their consciousness. They might not be ready for that. But you can assist them by being that higher vibrational positive force within their life, that stronger person, that person that doesn't react, that person that doesn't get dragged down every time someone negative comes along. And as we begin to move forward in time and more individuals begin to have this awakening, so your friends and family, as I said, 2-3 years from now, they may be where you're at now. Once upon a time, probably not that long ago, you were where they were. So you can't judge. You have to be patient, okay? You have to be patient, focus on you, focus on letting go of your old programming, focus on letting go of your old model of understanding, and really focusing on fully accepting this new way of looking at the world. And once you're there and once you're balanced, when your friends and family begin to go through this process themselves, you can assist them. You can be the support. You can give them the explanations that they need to help the process be much more smooth for them. Okay? All in all, I think the most important thing is what I needed to say. So let's say that we'll call this journey an evolution of consciousness. This journey is an evolution of consciousness, and that evolution of consciousness is just based on the fact that we are now proving without a shadow of a doubt that we are actually made up of a waveform, energy and vibration. And that's being proved by quantum physics. So what it means is that we're changing the way that we look at reality. And that changes everything. But we can't accept that instantly. We're not going to accept that straight away. It's a little bit like believing you're not good enough and someone saying, well, just tell yourself that you are good enough. It's not that easy. You know, you'd have to go through some kind of program to allow that new information to integrate. So that's what's happening. Even though we feel that we know that we are made of energy and vibration and we're part of this field of waveform, we can't just accept that information just like that, because it literally conflicts with all of our deep core programming, all of our core beliefs, all of our understanding, everything we know to be true up until that point when we found out that information. So the evolution of consciousness, if we want to call it that, let's say it might take up to 500 years for this process to complete. And this is just an example. I'm not saying that it's going to take 500 years, but let's just say that it's going to take 500 years from now to complete. We are not supposed to, complete that process on our own. We are just the first law of human beings to begin moving our understanding, changing our beliefs, changing our model of understanding of the world and reality. And so we're like the infants. And so again, what I see every single day is I see people constantly, you know, I need to know what I'm supposed to do. What's my life purpose? There's a reason why I'm here. And everyone's frantically running around as though this process needs to be completed within the next year. This process isn't going to be completed by the time you die. You're going to pass the progress onto your children that you've made, and then they're going to pass the progress onto their children that they've made. And so eventually, over many generations, the information will become fully integrated. And then we can begin looking at what this new model of understanding actually means to us. So give yourself a break. It's not about completing the awakening or completing, fully integrating this evolution of consciousness. It's going to be continuing even after you've gone. It's about, as a species, as a whole, our part in that evolution of consciousness. So just chill out, relax, take it easy, allow yourself space and rest if you need. Know that it's just information that you're trying to accept, or at least that your subconscious is trying to accept. And if you feel particularly overloaded, it's because number one, you've taken in too much information, or number two, the information that you already hold is so conflicting. There's a bit of an inner struggle going on as your subconscious tries to hang on to your old belief systems. Thanks for watching, and speak again soon. Bye bye for now.